everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dad Games Badly. We are here, back again with some more NHL 21. Now, unfortunately, you may have noticed that Marie Leclerc's name is not all over the title of this series. That is because we are doing a franchise. Now, Dad, you say you're grumpy about franchise and all the player ratings being wrong, and you are going to fix them, but it's not working properly. Yes, I have said that. Okay, now listen. We're going to do this a little differently. We're going to do a full-on fantasy draft. We're going to pick a team. We're going to do a fantasy draft. We're going to take 5 seasons-ish and see what we can do and make a team a winner. So we're going to go in a classic here. Just follow me. Don't worry. I got you. I'm going to enter a GM name here. We're going to call it Dad. And perfect. We'll continue that. Now, here is the tough part. Does it matter what team we pick? No, not really, because it's a fantasy draft. It's just where are we going to go? So let's close our eyes, and close our eyes, and close our eyes, and let go. New Jersey. There we go. We are going to be New Jersey. Divisional realignment, not going to change anything here. Career, so owner mode is going to be off. Fantasy draft is on. Salary cap is on. Head coach edit lines is off. Morale off. Trades on, and we will continue. We are going to go in here and change the settings because I don't want it to be that easy, of course. I'd like it to be a little bit more fun for everybody. Superstar, trade difficulty, auto staff management, oh no, off. Okay, and there was another one, advanced settings, that I want to go in and change. Sim engine scoring on high, draft class quality high, generated prospect quality is high, and sim engine shot frequent. Shots that occur during a sim. Yeah, turn that up too. So generated prospect quality allows you to basically every year there's going to be better and better top-end prospects every year. Let me just take a look here. I don't think there's really anything else that we need to worry about. Perfect. So let's go back here and get into the fantasy draft. We'll keep salary cap on like we already discussed. I don't know, it has to have a second time, but maybe you've changed your mind. I don't know. Alright, so here we are now, 30th overall. So what we're going to do is we're going to randomize it a bunch of times. We're going to close my eyes, just randomize, and I'll let go, and then that's where we're going to go. So, I'll keep my eyes on you, you keep your eyes on me. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. We are 20th. That's good enough for me. Let's see who we're going to get. Go ahead and sim to our pick. Let's just take a look here. There's no time limit. Who goes first, who goes last. McDavid at a 90 at first. McKinnon, Draisaitl, Kucherov, Crosby, Ovi, Pasternak, Eichel, Huberdeau, Hedman, Carlson, Panarin, Pedersen, Matthews, Heiskanen, Kane, Marchand, Dahlin, Hughes. Does that mean... Wait, did somebody take Cale Makar? Nobody took Cale Makar, eh? Let's go to defenseman. And let's go to... Oh, I guess that's not going to work. Cale Makar. Cale Makar. 85, medium elite, 21-year-old. Definitely going to snag that with my first pick. Doesn't really matter. He's the future of this team anyway. Anybody else? Whatever. We'll take a look here afterwards what the teams look like. Franchise, medium franchise at 30, Tavares, you know what, let's go and snag Stammer here. Beauty. Let's go ahead and make a pick here in the 3rd round. I just want to take a quick look at goalies that are left. Quite a few elite guys. Actually, you know what, Bishop is here. I'm going to snag Bishop early. Okay, perfect. And we'll sim ahead and make another pick. So basically, we've got our top players all together. See, Buffalo needs to be out of this because he's not even playing. He's retired, basically. At this point in his career, I don't think he's ever coming back. Who do we go for here? Highleet and Shea Weber. Highleet and Brent Burns. I mean, Johnny Taze is here. Shea Weber might be here in the next round. Let's see if I can get... Is that JT Miller? It is JT Miller. Okay, I'm going to snag JT Miller here. That's good. Alright, let's see who is next that we can snag. Shea Weber is here. Let's go ahead and snag him just before we lose him. There's our 1 and 2. Jump ahead into the 6th round. Keith Yandel's coming. Honestly, we're going to have a pretty solid defense. It's our forward core that's not going to be great. We're going to build like Nashville does at this point, from what it looks like. Radulov is here, TJ Oshie, Krejci, Homerson, Pavelski, Getzlaf, Tatar, Stahl. Okay, let me just see. Radulov. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and snag a strong right winger. Take a look here at what we've taken. Last little bit. Wow, they got Vasi. Radulov, Yandel, Weber, Miller, Bishop, Stammer, Makar. So we need some more wingers. We need some more centers and everything else. Pavelski is here. Kestel is there. Stahl, Getz. I mean, I'm gonna snag Phil Kessel. Even if he gets us 30 goals a season, it's worth it. In the 8th round here. Let's take a look and see who is left. Getz is here. Yeah, I think we're gonna go and snag Getz here. Pretty strong center depth. And what next? Okay, drafted players. So we have 2 centers, 3D, 4 centers. Well, 3 centers, okay. Duncan Keith, Cam Atkinson, Jordan Everlay, Char is still here, Statsny's there. Jeff Skinner wouldn't be too bad. That contract sucks, but you do what you can. See who comes around here. Who is left? Duncan Keith, Edler, Chara, Hornquist, Gardner. I'm going to take Jake Gardner. And maybe look at a backup here in the 12th round. Let's see, goalie wise, let's see, Talbot, Jones, Rene, Quick. You know what, I'm definitely going to get a decent goalie in the next little bit. So let's see what other pieces we can fit in. Alex Killorn wouldn't be terrible. What do you got? After everyone else here, yeah, Killer is probably the best option. Alright. I might look into snagging some prospects here as well. So let's go down a bit. Or can I actually do by age? And go. Thomas Harley wouldn't be too bad, but might be able to get him a little bit later. I just want to see if there's anybody here. Vukovic, Nick Robertson. Broberg, Nolan Foote. Alright, okay. Alright, so let's go and take a look here. Zach Parise actually wouldn't be too bad. Have down the lineup. Let's wait till we get out of the top like 15 here. Let's say 18, we're going to look at getting somebody. I'm going to take either Kovalchuk because that man can still put up goals. And let's keep going here. 15. I think at 17 we'll look at getting a goal. Well, let's just double check here. Goalies. Still lots available. Yeah. Perfect. Not concerned about that at this point. Jeff Carter, high elite, man. Let's try to take a look here and just see if there's anybody fairly young and fairly decent that we can snag. Not a Patrick Marleau type, obviously, at 41. Who's that? Walmart? No. Grigorenko. McGinn. 24, Brendan Lemieux. Sean Walker. Let's see, who's that? Will Carrier. Tanner Hirose. Joseph. Not Jeremy Bracco, unfortunately. Let's see. Is that 22-year-old Benson? No. Mangiapane, McEwen, Forsling, Lafferty, Hosang, Delcole, Bjork, Perlini. Who's this? Joey Anderson. Now I'll make the Leafs pick. That 23-year-old Jensen Harkins, Dmitry Timashov, Robinson, Lazar. Oh my goodness, we're just running down here. Alright, let's just get out of this. Those guys are still going to be available. I'm not too worried right now. Let's go ahead. I think Patrick Hornqvist would be a good addition to the team for a bottom 6 role. Somebody took a chance on Kyle Turris. That's amazing. Where are we at here? So I've got 3 centers, 4 lefties, 3 righties, 4 defenders, and 1 goalie. Okay. Alright. So we're looking for a righty, a center, and 2 D-men. Probably going to snag Chara here at this point. He is going to be perfect, and then maybe if Koivu is still available, we'll snag him, but I don't think so at this point. He is. Let's take a look at goalies. Halak, Rene Dell. I'm kind of leaning down towards like this area. I mean, Rene wouldn't be terrible, but I don't want that contract. So centers, you've got Koivu, Thornton, Carter, Nick Bonino. Don't need any lefties, righties. Kyle Okposo, no thank you. Defenseman. Let's take Strawman here. He's kind of old. We'll take something like Forbort. Well, we can take him around later, I think. Whatever, let's just do it. Alright. So our next pick, we'll take a center, then we'll take a right winger, and then we'll take a goalie. So center here, yeah, we're going to go with Miku. And we're going to move on and snag a right winger here. Let's go right available players, right wingers, and see anybody decent, any prospects at least that are still available. Entwistle, Edsel, Julian Gauthier is available, that wouldn't be too bad. Evgeny Svechnikov, Arthur Kalita. Vasiliev. Left wingers. Shoot. Nolan Foot's there. Olivia Baymont-Girl, Dylan Sekura, and Hamuji. Defensively, anybody decent left? Drew Doughty still available? Oh yeah, because I made him an 80. Ryan Merkley's here, who I wouldn't mind snagging right now, just to make sure we get at least one or two decent prospects. I got to get a righty, and I think double check again. Centers, lefties, righties. I need one more. Defenseman, I need 2, 4, 6, 7, and I need a goalie. All right, so goaltender wise, we are looking at somebody like Craig. Okay, so I think I get Craig Anderson in the next round. If not, we'll just make it work. You know what? Having Bobby Ryan on $1 million deal on the fourth line isn't going to be terrible for us. He can step up and move up as well. And as we continue simulating, and then I'm basically going to spend the last few rounds snagging younger guys. So let's go ahead and see what goalie we can get here. Perfect. Craig Anderson is still here. We know how much I have a love on for Craig Anderson. Definitely as a backup goalie, not necessarily as a starter. And having Ben Bishop, I think having Anderson will be a good backstop. All right. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take a look here at centers. What decent potential players are left? Simula, no. SDA. No. Anisimov. Derek Ryan. Quinville. Actually, no, Quinville wouldn't be terrible at a medium 9. Alright. Lefties, anybody decent? Steen, Kachuk, Kapaka. Ryan actually wouldn't be terrible. 72 at 22 is not a bad little grab. We'll go ahead and take a look here at righties. Anybody that stands out? Svechnikov wouldn't be terrible. Julian Gauthier wouldn't be bad either. I'm going to take Svetch here. I'm going to take Julian Gauthier next, and then we'll take a look at any defenders that might fit that young prospect. Let's give some guys some ice time if we can. So, all right, come on. Right wingers. Julian Gauthier, thank you. And then we'll move over. Keep hitting the wrong button. Elpidio. Zavoral, Logan Stanley, Bianco Sekera, Jeremy Waugh, Mike Stahl, no thank you, Terry RV, Chuzo is there, Santini, Gilbert. Yeah, I don't want any of those guys. High sixes don't really do anything for us. I would much rather get somebody like Jeremy Waugh, Jeremy Roy. I believe he's French. Who knows, really. And let's just go take a look at available goalie prospects, if there's anyone. Schneider. Yikes. Billy Husso. Zigadulin. Robson, fringes, available players, all skaters. Basically at this point, what we're going to do is we are going to sim entire draft from here. I think it was only like 6 more rounds or something like that. But really at that point, when you look at the players, you know, not really anybody there that stands out. So they just kind of take the best player available. I think they look at younger players at that point, but not really too concerned about that. So we'll go ahead, we'll get into this. It's really just going to be a short episode focusing on the team itself. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at some of the other teams new to franchise. I'm not new to franchise, shut up. I want you to cancel, and I want to edit my lines. Thank you. Off. So, we are, man. We are looking at a lineup of just double checking. Killer, can you center? Alright, apparently JT Miller is the center. Okay, well, Jeff Skinner, Steven Stamkos, Alex Radulov, Ilya Kovalchuk, Ryan Getzlaf, Phil Kessel, Killord, JT Miller, Patrick Hornquist, Zach Parise, Mikko Koivu, and Bobby Ryan are your lines. Yandel, Weber, Makar, Chara, Gardner, Forbort. Really can't be upset with any of that. And then net, of course, Bishop and Anderson. Pretty decent team overall. Not much to be too concerned about. We are a buyer, apparently. Don't know why that would be. Let's go ahead and take a quick look here at the view lines. Bertuzzi, Keller, DeBrincat, Zucker, Henrique, Brown, Hirose, Coyle, Gaudette, Twarnski, Roy, and Stevenson. Defensively, you've got McDonough, Carlson, Yalmerson, Zaitsev, Ruta, and Hall. Not too bad, actually. And in goal, Robin Leonard and Anthony Stolarz. You know, I wouldn't say their forwards are great. No, they're not. Not at all. Oh, why do I do that every time? Moving on to Arizona, Connor, Monahan, Rantanen, Tatar, Reinhart, Kasha, Pearson, Granlund, Janssen, Lizotte, Luger, and Gaudin. As well, you've got Murray, Manson, McNabb, Bjornfoot. Oh, do they have a better offense? Yeah, you know, what do you have for goal, Arizona? UC Saros and Connor Ingram. Maybe they didn't have the greatest draft. Tuukka Rask is back in Boston with Mikko Koskinen, with Olofsson, Sebastian Aho, Vladimir Tarasenko, Kubalik, Fabry, Fiala, Greenway, Shaw, Appleton, Verhaeghe, Glass, Gustafsson, Shea, Fabro, Grzelcyk, Jones, Chwalski, and Mirko Mueller. That's an interesting lineup, that's to say the least. Let's see here. Buffalo, you've got Ekholm, Dillon, John Moore, Moritz Seider, Radim Sinek, and Oli Ulevi. Kapanen, Couturier, Laine, Mikheyev, Strome, Stepan, Calvert-Dubé, Cassian, Donskoy, Lowry, and Christoph N. And in net, of course, they've got Braden Holtby and Anders Nielsen. Going onwards, you've got Matt Murray and Jake Ottinger. Just taking a look here. I'm not going to read out all the names. Jack Hughes is here. Connor McDavid is in Carolina with Pavel Buchnevich and Rickard Rakell, so he's actually got some decent guys on his wing. Rasmus Anderson and Chris Letang. Defensively, little to be desired, and of course Matt Murray in net isn't that bad actually. Columbus, Darcy Kemper, Jake Allen is here. Taylor Hall, Paul Stastny is your, oh my goodness, your defense better be good. Like, you've got a solid, you know, forward core. Darlene, Ethan Bear, Stetcher, Martinez. Yeah, you know, it's not too bad. Let's go. Lee Crosby's in Calgary with Mark Stone. Foley's here. Trocheck, Carl Grundstrom. Daniel Sprong has moved. Torrey Krug is here, and Ryan Suter. Barry and Cody Ceci are brought back together, And they have Jordan Binnington in net and Thomas Greiss. Actually, not too bad, Calgary. It wouldn't be interesting to see what you do. Ilya Samsonov, Michael DiPietro are here, as well as Jaden Schwartz, Matt Barzal, Nikita Kucherov. Josh Anderson is here. Yikes. Chicago, what are you doing? Defensively, Shabbat, Lindholm, DeKaiser, Miller, Valimaki, and Liljegren. That'll be an interesting one for sure. Keep hitting the wrong buttons. I'm sorry if it drives you crazy. It drives me crazy as well. Oshie and Dubois are here. Couture, Turris. That'll be interesting. Muzzin, Bufflin are the big names that I saw. And then Vasi and Crawford are both here. So that's pretty good for Colorado. They got a pretty decent goaltending team. Grubauer and Khudobin are here. In Dallas, Kubi stayed. Gensel, Zabinajad, Nazem Kadri's here. Dmitro Timashov, if you're a Leafs fan. Victor Hedman. Risto is here. Subban. Actually, their top four is actually pretty decent. Like, this is a pretty volatile pair. Can't defense at all and can defense, but chooses not to most of the time. So we'll see how that goes. In Dallas, Detroit, Merzlikins and Francouz, the two rookies who had pretty decent years for the respective teams. Lafreniere is here in Detroit. Do you hear that, everybody? All the Detroit fans who missed out on getting him, get him here. Malkin as well. Brendan Gallagher. You know, your top six is pretty decent. Tom Wilson, Brian Russ, Alex Wemberg, Nieto, Batherson, Cole Lind. You know, maybe you've got two fourth lines, Detroit, but you've got Jacob Slavin, Morrissey, Schmidt, Leddy, Hutton, and Noah Juleson. That's not actually too bad. You guys could make something happen. Edmonton, Mackenzie Blackwood, and Laurent Brossois. Up here, we've got Nylander, Sagan, Braden Point, Konechny's here, DeBrusk, Radek Faksa. Okay. When you have a Victor Soderstrom, a 69 overall defender on your team, that is not a good sign, Edmonton. What are you doing? Still not sure what's going on over there. Forsberg, Carlson are here in Florida. Wayne Simmons is as well. Going to take a look here at defense. Heiskanen, Petrolangelo, Kempney, Vatanen, Yoki Haru, and Ben Schroeder. That's good. Everything else not so much. And in goal, Igor Shesterkin and Martin Jones. You know, something could happen there, that's for sure. LA, Korpisalo and Aiden Hill are in net. Drew Ann, Scheifele, and Capo Caco. Kevin Hayes is here. Tyson Jost as well. And then on the defensive end, Zach Ferensky and Neil Pionk are the top two. Cale Fleury on the back end, and Hayden Fleury as well. Not sure if they're related. Let's see. Yeah, I can't really tell. In Minnesota, you've got Goligoski and Ekblad. Travis Dermott's here, and Philippe Myers. Offensively, Brady Tkachuk, Elias Peterson, Anthony Mantha. After that, it kind of drops off. And Casey Middlestat down there on the fourth line. Let's go ahead and take a look in goaltending. David Rittich and Samuel Montembeault. That'll be an interesting pairing for sure. John Gibson and Cal Peterson are here in Montreal with Brad Marchand, Nico Hischier, Alec Tuck, Nick Bukestad, Sammy Blais here, Quinn Byfield. They did what I said I want to do. They got Cole Perfetti, they got Quinn Byfield, they got Pavel Zacha, they got Joel Farabee, they got, you know, Sammy Blais. They got some decent young guys that are hopefully going to grow over the next few years. Noah Hannafin, Brandon Montour, Sanheim is here, Brodin, Beaudin, and Scott Mayfield. Interesting to say the least. Montreal, let's see what you can do. Nashville getting Quinn Hughes, which led us to take Cale Makar, Tony DeAngelo, Jake McCabe as well. And then offensively, Niederreiter, Johansson, Dadonov is here, Schmaltz. You know, it kind of drops off there at the end, but it's still a fairly decent team. Connor Hellbuck and Jonathan Quick in net is really going to be where you shine. Carey Price on the island with the king, Henrik Lundqvist. Holy. Teuvo Teravainen, Dylan Larkin, David Perron are here. JVR as well. Quite a solid team. Now this is actually a team that I could see doing something. Clefbaum, McAvoy, Eric Johnson, Chris Tanev, Matt Roy, Brett Kulak. Yeah, that's a team I could see making some moves in the season. Alrighty. Let's go to the Rangers here. Matt Dumba, Klingberg, Pesci. Pretty decent top four at least. Gusev, McKinnon, Brock Besser's here, Nick Suzuki, Pool Party, Luke Kunin as well, and then I believe we didn't look at goalies, Georgiev and Caden Primo out of Montreal. So they could do something as well, but really the best team that I've seen, I feel the best makeup is probably the Islanders at this point. Varlamov and Casey DeSmith are in Ottawa with Patches, Matthews, Bjorkstrand. It's the only way Matthews is going to Ottawa. Eric Holla, Nick Backstrom. Pretty solid top six. This is a fairly decent top three, and your top four is kind of like, or your bottom six, or your bottom three there. Giro, Carlson. Carlson is back as well. Colt Parayko, Vlasic, Mahura, and Markson. Actually, you know what? Would you have a net again? Varley. You guys could actually do something, Ottawa. Keep an eye out on Ottawa, too. Dubnyk and Talbot in Philly. Ovi as Patrice Bergeron. Oh, man, that's a pair. Teenage Mutant Ninja Hurdle as well. Grigorenko, Shen. Pretty decent. Spurgeon, Jones, Matt Benning. Not too bad. Going into Pittsburgh, Roman Josi, Brent Burns, Dumoulin, Marino, Marchessault, Horvat, Kane, Galchenyuk's here, Victor Arvidsson, Deneau. Not too bad, actually. San Jose, Goudreau, Draisaitl, Lindholm, Foligno, Taze, Hosang, Fogle, Steele, McGinn, Ritchie, Paling, Lemieux. I could see this team doing some damage. Like, you have Goudreau, you have Draisaitl, you have Elias Lindholm, you have Jonathan Taves. I think Josh Hosang could do something in this league. He just needs to get out of New York. Sam Steele, Warren Fogle, Nick Ritchie, Lemieux, Ryan Paling's got some skill in there too. Pretty decent all around. Morgan Riley's here, Ghost Bear, Ryan Graves, John Merrill, Ollie Mata, and Yasmasi or lefty, and Yaros. On the back end here, Linus Allmark and Thatcher Demko. If Demko can repeat what he can do in the playoffs in the regular season, he will be an elite goaltender for the future. Right now, I think, they have him as medium elite. I'd probably put him as a high starter, but what he can do in the postseason is pretty impressive. Freddie Anderson is in St. Louis with James Reimer. Both former Leafs goalies at this point have been reunited. Svechnikov, O'Reilly, Voracek, Zuccarello, Pavelski, Hyman. Pretty decent team, and defensively, OEL, Justin Falk, Essa Lindell, and Adam Larson rounding out that line. Tampa, Kopitar, Eichel, Eberle, Yarncroc, and Ehlers is there. Defensively, you're looking at Orlov, Ellis, Shattenkirk, Tyler Myers, and in goal, Bobrovsky and whoever Adam Werner is. Sorry, Adam, that is no dig at you, I just don't know who you are. Antti Ranta and Malcolm Subban are in Toronto, with Huberdeau, Giroux, Gurianov, Engvall is here, Nolan Patrick-Gazelle, Jason Robertson, Leafs draft pick, Nick Robertson's older brother, Martin Kaut, Koivula. It looks like they went that route. And Sergachev, Trouba, Will Butcher, Pulak, Mike Matheson, and Sean Walker aren't too bad, actually, for defensive players. Canucks have Ollie Palat, Domi, Pasta, Rob Thomas. Quite a few good players there. Defensively, Provorov, Damian Severson, Vince Dunn, Demers, Hughes, Bouchard. And we already looked at goal. So we'll go to Vegas, Girard, Adam Fox, Calvin DeHaan, Justin Schultz, Oliver Shillington, and Mike Robertson. Matthew Tkachuk, Barkov, Yamamoto, Duchesne is here, Backlund here, and then I believe defensively we look, goaltender-wise, Katahat and Jack Campbell, the two young guys. Well, Jack Campbell's 28, I guess, but Winnipeg going on to Markstrom in net and Michael Hutchinson as the backup. He goes back to Winnipeg. Blake Wheeler is here with Marner and Kuznetsov. Eric Stahl is here. Jamie Benn is here. Actually, they're not too bad either. Trey Kajula can fill that line. I'm not too concerned. Here's your problem. Duncan Keith, Gustafson, Shea Theodore, Marcus Nudvar. I had to switch these two. Jake Bean's here. Dennis Mulligan. How do you have a... Why? Why do you have a center right wing on your... All right, and the last one, Cam Fowler, Dougie Hamilton, Sammy Niku with that beautiful hair, Cal Foote, Boa Byram, and Max Lajoie are all in the nation's capital. Panarin, Tavares, Zadina, Nuge is here, Alex Nylander, Lehkonen, Not too bad. And in net, Tristan Jarry and Charlie Lindgren. So some pretty decent teams. Let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right up to this preseason game. Sim a day. Perfect, 81.5. I want to take a quick look here at our overalls before we end it, and we'll call it a day. Alright, we are looking at a 97, 93, 88 versus a 73. What is it, 73? Why can't I just see it? '73, 82, 85. So not that great of a team, but it is preseason, so they might not have their best lineup actually in the game, and that's absolutely fine. So we're going to end this one here, everybody. Thanks for checking this out. We'll get into some more gameplay. We'll do another season here moving forward, and then go from there. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.